Seniors, stop eating. These 5 foods, they are destroying your leg strength. Doctor's warning. I've seen it with my own eyes. Seniors who walked into my office at 75, feeling like they were 90. Legs trembling, balance fading, energy drained. And just 6 months later, after changing nothing but their food choices, they returned with the strength and vitality of someone in their 50s. No miracle drugs, no expensive treatments, just real nourishment. Because food is powerful. It can be your slowest poison or your greatest medicine. So ask yourself, what kind of future do you want your legs to carry you into? One filled with freedom, confidence, and movement? Or one limited by fatigue and decline? You have the power to decide, starting now. If this video gave you new insight into the connection between your diet and your leg strength, please like this video to let us know. Subscribe to Holistic Health for more science-backed advice that supports your independence and longevity, and share this with someone you love. We'd also love to hear from you. What food on this list surprised you the most? Have you been unknowingly eating something that's been weakening your legs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to take the first step toward a stronger, healthier future. Because here at Holistic Health, your strength matters, your mobility matters, and we're here to walk this journey with you, every single step of the way. Part 1. Processed sugar. The sweet saboteur of strength. Let me walk you through a scene I've seen in countless homes over the years. A familiar, well-meaning routine that silently sabotages strength. A senior wakes up, moves slowly to the kitchen, and reaches for a quick, easy breakfast. Maybe it's a bowl of cereal that promises heart health on the label, or toast generously spread with jam. Perhaps it's a granola bar that proudly says low-fat or gluten-free, giving off the illusion of health. They eat it with a cup of coffee and sit down to start the day. But by mid-morning, 10 a.m. or so, they're already dragging. Their legs feel heavy and their energy dips sharply. They assume it's just a bad night's sleep, or maybe age catching up. But what if the real culprit was that sweet, seemingly innocent breakfast? In my 4 decades as a physician, I've found one truth that never fails to shock my patients. Processed sugar is one of the most underestimated threats to your leg strength and overall vitality. When you consume processed sugar, whether it's white sugar, high fructose corn syrup, or any of the dozens of sneaky derivatives, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. Your pancreas goes into overdrive, releasing insulin to bring it back down. Initially, you may feel a burst of energy, a slight lift in mood, or a feeling of productivity. But what follows is a crash, and that crash has serious consequences for your muscles, especially the ones in your legs. These large, hard-working muscles are energy hungry. They rely on a steady supply of fuel, particularly from complex carbohydrates and proteins. But with processed sugar, the roller coaster effect of glucose and insulin leaves your muscles stranded, starved of stable energy, deprived of essential nutrients, and left vulnerable to fatigue. Over time, this pattern creates chronic insulin resistance, a condition that leads not only to type 2 diabetes, but to something even more subtle and sinister: the degradation of muscle tissue. Your legs begin to lose mass, your balance suffers, and your ability to move freely diminishes. But the damage doesn't stop there. Processed sugar disrupts your body's mineral balance. It competes with and blocks the absorption of 2 of the most critical minerals for muscular health: magnesium and calcium. Magnesium plays a vital role in muscle relaxation and nerve function, while calcium is essential for muscle contraction. When these minerals are out of balance or poorly absorbed, the results show up fast: cramps, stiffness, sudden weakness, and that all-too-common nighttime leg pain that keeps so many seniors awake. What's even more concerning is how hidden sugar has become in today's food landscape. We're not just talking about obvious villains like candies, sodas, cakes, or donuts. No, the sugar problem is more insidious because it's disguised, carefully tucked away in products that people consider healthy. Think of flavored yogurts, many of which contain as much sugar as a dessert. Store-bought pasta sauces, they're often packed with added sweeteners to make them more palatable. Ketchup and barbecue sauce, loaded with high fructose corn syrup. Whole wheat bread, even those labeled heart healthy or 100% whole grain, can still contain sugar to boost taste and shelf life. Instant oatmeal packets, especially those with fruit or flavorings, are often sugar bombs in disguise. And then there are low-fat salad dressings, where fat is removed and replaced with, you guessed it, sugar to compensate for taste. Manufacturers use misleading names to cover it up. Maltodextrin, corn syrup solids, dehydrated cane juice, sucrose, glucose, fructose, agave nectar, and many more. It's no wonder so many people consume far more sugar than they realize. So, what can you do to reclaim your strength, protect your legs, and take back your health? First, start with awareness. Read every label. If a product contains more than 5 grams of sugar per serving, reconsider it. Second, replace your morning sugar spike with a steady, muscle-nourishing breakfast. Instead of boxed cereal, try steel-cut oats cooked slowly and topped with antioxidant-rich blueberries and a sprinkle of cinnamon, which can help balance blood sugar. Replace refined sugar with local raw honey or coconut sugar, used sparingly. These natural sweeteners come with trace minerals and are metabolized more gently by your body. If you're craving a snack mid-afternoon, go for full-fat Greek yogurt topped with chia seeds and a few crushed walnuts. The protein and healthy fats will stabilize your energy and nourish your muscles. A few squares of dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or higher, can also be a satisfying and antioxidant-rich alternative when sweet cravings strike. And don't forget the importance of hydration. Sugar dehydrates your cells, including muscle fibers, which worsens cramping and stiffness. Water infused with lemon, cucumber, or mint can keep you hydrated and refreshed throughout the day. Now, I want to be realistic. Reducing sugar can be difficult. Sugar is not just a flavor, it's a craving, a comfort, and in many ways, an addiction. But here's the hope. Your body will respond, and it will respond quickly. Within 1 to 2 weeks of cutting back on processed sugars, most of my patients report feeling more energized, less achy, and more mentally clear. Leg cramps decrease, mobility improves, and those heavy, sluggish legs begin to feel lighter again. Your body wants to heal, it just needs the right environment. By removing sugar, you're not just making a dietary choice. You're giving your body the chance to regain balance, strength, and resilience. You're investing in your ability to walk longer, stand stronger, and live more fully. So, the next time you reach for that muffin-flavored yogurt or sweetened drink, ask yourself, is it worth the crash that follows? Is it worth the leg weakness, the pain, the risk of falling? You have a choice. And every choice you make, from your breakfast to your snacks, either builds your strength or breaks it down. The decision is yours, and the power is in your hands. Part 2. Deep-fried and fast foods. The crunch that costs you. Let me tell you a story that happens far too often. A group of friends or family heads out for a quick meal, maybe after a long day, or to enjoy a weekend lunch together. They order crispy golden fries, crunchy fried chicken, perhaps even a fried fish sandwich that claims to be light or healthy. The food arrives hot, smells delicious, and tastes even better. The satisfaction is instant. But what they don't realize is that with every crunchy bite, their bodies are paying a hidden price, especially in their joints and legs. As a doctor who has cared for thousands of older adults, I've witnessed the subtle but devastating effects of deep-fried and fast foods on muscular strength, mobility, and long-term vitality. It's not just about calories or weight gain, though those are concerns. The real issue lies much deeper, in the very cells that make up your muscles and blood vessels. When you eat fried foods, particularly those from fast food chains or fried and reused oils, you're ingesting something far more damaging than fat alone. You're consuming trans fats, chemically altered fats that wreak havoc on your body from the inside out. Trans fats are known to trigger a cascade of inflammation, one of the body's most damaging processes when it becomes chronic. Inflammation, especially in older adults, doesn't always present with visible swelling or redness. It operates in silence, breaking down muscle fibers, stiffening joints, and damaging the linings of blood vessels. In your legs, this shows up as stiffness in the knees, a slower walking pace, longer recovery from minor strains, and a creeping weakness that you might attribute to just getting older. But it's not age, it's chronic diet-driven inflammation. What's worse, These fried foods impair circulation. They thicken the blood, damage the delicate inner walls of your arteries, and reduce the efficiency with which oxygen and nutrients reach your legs. Muscles that don't get enough oxygen become fatigued faster. They recover more slowly. They cramp more often. You may find that after eating a fast food meal, you feel sluggish, bloated, or less energetic. That's not just in your head. It's your circulation slowing down, depriving your body of its natural fuel. And if you're eating these foods regularly, the effect becomes cumulative. Over weeks and months, your leg muscles begin to lose their tone. Joints grow stiffer. You might notice you don't have the same push when walking uphill, or that stairs feel more taxing than they used to. In the clinic, I see patients with perfect cholesterol and normal blood pressure who still struggle with these symptoms because their diet is drowning them in inflammatory fats. And there's another layer to this damage: the oil itself. Most fast food restaurants reuse frying oil over and over again, especially during busy hours. That oil breaks down into oxidized compounds and free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells and accelerate aging. These compounds don't just contribute to muscle loss, they increase your risk for a host of chronic conditions, from arthritis to heart disease, and yes, even neurodegenerative diseases that affect your ability to walk and balance. Now, this doesn't mean you need to give up texture, flavor, or joy in eating. It simply means making smarter choices that protect your strength and mobility. First, understand that it's not frying that's the problem. It's how and what you fry. At home, you can recreate your favorite dishes using much healthier methods. Instead of deep frying, try air frying, baking, or grilling. These methods use less oil and produce far fewer harmful byproducts. With a quality air fryer, you can enjoy crispy sweet potato fries, crunchy chickpeas, or even breaded chicken tenders without drenching your food in harmful fats. When you cook at home, use heart and joint-friendly oils like extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil, which are rich in anti-inflammatory compounds. These oils not only preserve the flavor of your food, but they also protect your cells and improve circulation. If you're craving something salty and crispy, roast nuts, chickpeas, or kale chips with a touch of sea salt and turmeric, a powerful anti-inflammatory spice. Try baked zucchini sticks coated in almond flour, or spiced cauliflower bites tossed in paprika and garlic. You'd be surprised how delicious and satisfying healthy crunch can be. Beyond cooking techniques, be mindful of your cravings and emotional eating patterns. Many people turn to fried foods in moments of stress, fatigue, or habit. But once you break the cycle, once you experience how good your legs feel without the constant burden of trans fats, you'll start to crave foods that support your energy instead of sabotaging it. And yes, taste buds adapt. What seems bland now will soon become your new comfort. Within a few weeks of reducing deep-fried foods, most of my patients report less bloating, better digestion, lighter legs, and more stamina. Over the long term, you're giving your muscles the gift of better oxygen delivery, faster recovery, and greater resilience against injury. Let me also remind you, fried foods often pair with sugary sodas and refined carbs, compounding the damage. A burger with fries and soda is a triple threat to your legs. Sugar spikes your blood glucose, fries inflame your circulation, and refined bread adds empty carbs. This trifecta leaves you feeling tired, swollen, and weak, and sets you up for long-term decline. But you can change course, starting now. It doesn't require perfection, just progress. Swap the fries for baked sweet potato wedges. Replace the fried chicken sandwich with a grilled chicken wrap. Choose sparkling water with lemon over soda. Make one better decision today and another tomorrow. Over time, these decisions become habits, and habits shape your future. Remember, every bite you take is either feeding your strength or feeding your weakness. Your legs carry the weight of your independence. Don't let 5 minutes of flavor cost you years of mobility. You deserve to move freely, live fully, and age with strength. And it starts with what you put on your plate. Part 3. Processed meats. The toxic proteins that sabotage your legs. Imagine this. You're rushing through a busy day, maybe running errands or trying to get something quick to eat before an appointment. You reach into the fridge and grab what seems convenient. A slice or two of deli ham, a turkey sandwich, a couple of hot dogs, maybe a few pieces of salami or some sausage links. These foods are fast, familiar, and often considered a solid source of protein. But what if I told you that behind every bite of these processed meats lies a slow-moving attack on your muscle strength, especially the muscles in your legs? As a doctor who has observed the long-term effects of diet on aging bodies, I can tell you this. Processed meats are among the most underestimated threats to your vitality and mobility. They're marketed as convenient, protein-packed, and satisfying, but beneath that surface lies a dangerous combination of additives, preservatives, and hidden ingredients that quietly erode the foundation of your strength. One of the biggest culprits in processed meats is sodium, specifically extremely high levels of it. Sodium may preserve food and enhance flavor, but in excess, it wreaks havoc on your muscles, joints, and circulation. When you consume too much sodium, your body holds onto water in an effort to dilute it, leading to swelling, bloating, and restricted blood flow. In your legs, that translates to tightness, cramping, and that heavy, fatigued feeling that so many seniors report after meals. But that's just the beginning. Processed meats also contain nitrates and nitrites, chemical preservatives used to give meats their characteristic color and extended shelf life. Once inside the body, these compounds can convert into nitrosamines, which are known to be inflammatory and potentially carcinogenic. More relevant to your legs and strength, though, is how these chemicals disrupt cellular function and damage the delicate network of blood vessels and nerves that support muscular activity. Over time, frequent consumption of processed meats contributes to low-grade inflammation that weakens muscle fibers and accelerates age-related muscle loss, a condition known as sarcopenia. I've had patients who exercised regularly but still felt increasingly weak and unsteady, only to discover that their daily ham sandwich or sausage breakfast was flooding their bodies with inflammatory compounds that were undoing all their hard work. Inflammation also interferes with how muscles repair themselves after activity. Every time you climb stairs, walk, or stand for extended periods, your leg muscles experience tiny micro-tears, a normal part of life and movement. These micro-tears heal and rebuild stronger if your body has the nutrients and anti-inflammatory support it needs. But if your meals are laced with preservatives and sodium, the healing process is stalled, or worse, reversed. The muscles stay weak, the tissue becomes stiff, and the legs begin to lose their resilience. Beyond muscle loss, there's another danger most people overlook: nerve damage. Studies have linked high intake of processed meats with increased oxidative stress and nerve degradation. What does that mean for you? It means slower reflexes, impaired coordination, tingling sensations, and even numbness in the lower extremities. Your nerves are the communication lines between your brain and your muscles. When they're compromised, you're at greater risk of stumbling, falling, and losing balance. And yet, many seniors eat these foods daily without realizing the long-term cost. Think about a typical week. Maybe lunch includes sliced turkey from a package, dinner has some sausage or bacon, breakfast includes a slice of ham. These little choices add up, and before long, your body is under near constant dietary stress. But the good news? You have the power to reverse this trend. You don't need to eliminate meat from your diet entirely. Protein is essential, especially for older adults. What matters is the source and quality of that protein. Instead of reaching for processed deli meats, opt for fresh, unprocessed cuts. Roast your own chicken breasts, grill a piece of wild-caught salmon, or bake a piece of turkey seasoned with herbs and olive oil. Not only do these choices deliver clean, high-quality protein, but they also provide essential nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, B vitamins, and amino acids that support muscle health and recovery. Plant-based proteins can also play a powerful role in preserving muscle strength. Foods like lentils, chickpeas, tofu, and black beans offer rich sources of protein along with fiber, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory compounds that protect both your muscles and your circulation. Want something fast and easy? Try a quinoa and lentil salad with lemon and parsley, or a chickpea stir-fry with garlic and olive oil. These meals are satisfying, nourishing, and far less inflammatory than a ham sandwich or hot dog. If, on occasion, you still want to enjoy a processed meat product, look for nitrate-free and low-sodium options, and treat them like a rare indulgence, not an everyday habit. It's also helpful to pair any protein-rich meal with vegetables high in antioxidants and magnesium like spinach, kale, or roasted broccoli to support your body's ability to detoxify and repair. And always stay hydrated. Water is crucial for flushing out excess sodium and supporting circulation. I've had patients who simply swapped out their lunchtime deli meat for grilled chicken or hummus, and noticed improvements in leg fatigue, fewer cramps, and better energy within just 2 weeks. It doesn't take long for your body to respond to better choices. You'll feel lighter on your feet, more stable when standing, and stronger when walking. It all comes down to consistency and awareness. Every bite you take is either building your muscle strength or breaking it down. The processed meats that seem convenient today might be stealing years of mobility, independence, and vitality from your future. But you can change that, starting now. Empower yourself by reading labels, planning your meals, and prioritizing fresh, nourishing protein sources. Your legs carry your entire body. They deserve the fuel that strengthens, not weakens. Choose wisely, and you'll feel the difference with every step. Part 4. High sodium foods, the silent strangler of circulation. Let me ask you something simple but important. Have you ever eaten a salty meal and then felt your legs swell, your ankles feel tight, or your energy dip within hours? You might have blamed it on standing too long or not drinking enough water, but in reality, your body may be reacting to something far more damaging: excess sodium. As a doctor, I can tell you with certainty that high sodium intake is one of the most silent and underestimated enemies of muscle strength, particularly in the lower body. Most people know that too much salt can raise blood pressure, but they don't realize that it also affects how blood flows to your muscles, how your cells absorb vital nutrients, and how efficiently your legs can support your weight, movement, and balance. Sodium, in small amounts, is essential. Your body needs it to conduct nerve impulses and maintain fluid balance. But when you consume too much, which most people unknowingly do every day, it begins to compromise your circulatory system. The blood vessels constrict. Fluid retention increases. Your heart works harder to pump blood, and your legs, the farthest from your heart, start to suffer first. What does that mean for you? It means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach your leg muscles. It means a higher chance of cramping, fatigue, heaviness, and poor stamina. You may feel like walking is harder than it used to be, or like your legs take longer to wake up after sitting for a while. Many patients I've treated notice this tight, bloated feeling in their legs, but never connect it to the salt they ate in their soup, canned food, frozen dinner, or restaurant takeout. But that's exactly where the danger hides. It's not just the salt shaker on your table. It's the hidden sodium packed into everyday foods. Instant noodles, canned vegetables, deli meats, boxed pasta meals, sauces, even breakfast cereals can contain enormous amounts of sodium, often half or more of your daily recommended intake in just one serving. And the recommended limit, around 2,300 milligrams per day. But the average person consumes well over 3,400 milligrams without even realizing it. When your sodium intake is consistently too high, your kidneys struggle to filter the excess. The body holds onto water to dilute the salt, leading to water retention, swelling, and a feeling of heaviness, particularly in the legs and feet. That swelling compresses small blood vessels and nerves, making movement more uncomfortable and coordination less stable. Your legs may begin to cramp at night or feel achy after a short walk. The risk isn't just temporary discomfort, it's long-term mobility loss. Over time, high sodium levels impair calcium absorption, which is critical for bone density. That means a greater chance of weakened bones, increased joint stress, and ultimately a higher risk of fractures. And for seniors, a simple fall can lead to life-altering injuries. That's why reducing sodium isn't just about your heart. It's about your legs, your freedom, and your future. But let me be clear, you don't have to cut out salt entirely. The key is to control where it comes from. Start by cooking at home with whole, fresh ingredients. Use natural herbs and spices like garlic, basil, oregano, turmeric, or lemon juice to add flavor without relying on salt. If you do use salt, go for Himalayan pink salt or unrefined sea salt, which contain trace minerals that support muscle and nerve health. Avoid table salt whenever possible. It's stripped of nutrients and often used excessively in processed food manufacturing. When shopping, always check the nutrition labels. Look for low sodium options and aim for products with less than 140 milligrams per serving. Be cautious with foods labeled reduced sodium. They may still be too high depending on the portion size. Swap out canned vegetables for fresh or frozen ones, and if you must use canned, rinse them thoroughly under water to reduce the salt content. Choose low-sodium broths and unsalted nuts instead of salty snacks or chips. Your taste buds will adjust. Most of my patients who reduce sodium intake for even 2 weeks report feeling less bloated, more energetic, and lighter on their feet. Their nighttime leg cramps lessen, and they feel more steady and alert during the day. And it's not just about food. Hydration plays a major role in flushing excess sodium from the body. Drink water consistently throughout the day. Add potassium-rich foods like bananas, avocados, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens to your meals. Potassium helps balance sodium levels and improves muscle function, circulation, and nerve health. If you've been struggling with unexplained leg fatigue, swelling, or muscle tightness, don't overlook sodium as a potential root cause. I've seen patients improve their mobility just by changing how they season their meals and how often they eat out. It doesn't require extreme dieting or expensive supplements, just awareness, simple swaps, and a commitment to better choices. Every meal is a chance to either weaken or strengthen your legs. When you choose foods that nourish rather than inflame, you restore power to your body, one bite at a time. And over time, those small changes add up to stronger steps, better balance, and greater freedom to move through life on your own terms. Part 5. White bread and refined carbs. Robbing your muscles of strength. Let's talk about a food group that most people have relied on their entire lives. White bread, pasta, crackers, and other refined carbohydrates. They've been part of daily meals for decades, often viewed as harmless or even essential sources of energy. But here's the truth I've had to explain to hundreds of patients. Refined carbs may be silently draining your leg strength and accelerating muscle fatigue with every bite. When you eat white bread or other processed grains, your body quickly converts them into glucose, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar. This sudden rise is followed by a crash, leaving your muscles, especially the large energy-demanding ones in your legs, deprived of stable fuel. That constant roller coaster of blood sugar can lead to insulin resistance, which impairs how your muscles absorb and use nutrients. Worse, refined carbs offer almost no fiber, no magnesium, no B vitamins. Just empty calories that create inflammation and promote fat storage rather than muscle repair. Over time, this can lead to a loss in muscle tone, slower reflexes, and that sluggish, heavy leg feeling so many seniors struggle with. I've seen it repeatedly. Patients who relied on white bread and sugary cereals for breakfast found themselves crashing by mid-morning, their legs feeling weak or unsteady. But when they replaced refined carbs with whole grains, like oats, quinoa, brown rice, or sprouted grain bread, the difference was night and day. Their energy stabilized, their legs felt lighter. Recovery from daily activities improved. The key is in choosing carbs that digest slowly and support muscle function. Whole grains are packed with fiber, antioxidants, and minerals that help regulate blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and maintain lean muscle. Pairing these with protein and healthy fats like eggs, legumes, avocado, or olive oil helps sustain energy and nourish your muscles long after the meal is over. It doesn't mean you need to cut carbs completely. It means shifting from fast-burning, muscle-draining foods to slow-burning, strength-building ones. So, next time you're tempted by a sandwich made with white bread or a plate of regular pasta, pause and ask yourself, is this helping my legs carry me forward or holding them back? The choice you make today will shape the strength you walk with tomorrow. I've seen it with my own eyes. Seniors who walked into my office at 75 feeling like they were 90, legs trembling, balance fading, energy drained. And just 6 months later, after changing nothing but their food choices, they returned with the strength and vitality of someone in their 50s. No miracle drugs, no expensive treatments, just real nourishment. Because food is powerful. It can be your slowest poison or your greatest medicine. So ask yourself, what kind of future do you want your legs to carry you into? One filled with freedom, confidence, and movement? Or one limited by fatigue and decline? You have the power to decide, starting now. If this video gave you new insight into the connection between your diet and your leg strength, please like this video to let us know. Subscribe to Holistic Health for more science-backed advice that supports your independence and longevity. And share this with someone you love. We'd also love to hear from you. What food on this list surprised you the most? Have you been unknowingly eating something that's been weakening your legs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to take the first step toward a stronger, healthier future. Because here at Holistic Health, your strength matters, your mobility matters, and we're here to walk this journey with you every single step of the way.